Yo guys, what's going on? And welcome back to this video. Today, I have a special guest with me. You probably all know who he is. It's the king of the positivity movement. It's my boy Quenten Chad. How are you, bro?
I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you having me on the channel today. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for watching this, all of Bradley's audience. If you don't know me, my name is Quenten Chad, and I'm all about positivity. Got that tattooed on myself. Positivity movement is real.
Good stuff, man. So a lot of people probably already know who you are. You've got a really sort of die-hard audience. I've noticed from your Instagram, like you don't have like hundreds of thousands of followers, but the ones you have seem, proper dedicated. People probably already know who you are. But for those of you who don't, tell them a bit about yourself, a little bit about your story, because you have something that I think a lot of people can relate to. Because what was it, maybe 12 months ago, you were working as a lifeguard, I believe, and then within sort of 30 days of starting your business, you managed to scale it up to 6 figures for your social media agency. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself, tell a bit about how you did that, and a bit about your story.
Yeah, so I'll give a little rundown here. I've told this so many times. Every time it's different, but it's always great to tell the story. Basically started obviously I did stuff as a kid. I'm not going to go into like cutting the lawn when I was 12 or selling lemonade or anything like that, but really happened April 2017. I was still in high school. I was actually over in the UK and in France. Didn't see Bradley at the time, but I was over there, not even on like the whole Instagram, social media, anything like that. I was really big into photography. And when I was over there, I hit like an epiphany moment. I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop out of high school. I don't need an education. I don't need any of that. I'm going to travel the world and be a photographer. Basically came back to school, kind of pursued all of that. Was like really, really loving it. And that was kind of my moment where I knew I was going to do something on my own. Had no idea what. Moving forward, I didn't have the drive anymore. So over the course of the summer, I basically goofed off, spent all my money, partied my summer away. And then it was back in September 2017. So just a couple months later, I was dead broke. I owed someone like $400 to pay off my car insurance. So I was like dead broke. And I was kind of like, oh shit, like how did this happen? What's going to go on? What am I going to do? So that's when it really kicked in. And sorry, it was October, not in September. But that's when it basically kicked in, like, oh shit, I have to make something work now. So went on Google, how to make money online, basically found a whole bunch of like bogus, like pyramid schemes, found doing this, all of that. But essentially the big thing that I kept finding was the whole, everything related along social media. So after spending months just learning, diving deep, starting my own Instagram, growing my own audience, doing all kind of things like that, I realized like the potential with social media and everything with it. And I was like, man, I love this. And then basically over the course of like 2 months, I dove full force into it. I was loving it. I was making a little bit of money online. But the best part was I wasn't making a lot, but I was loving what I was doing every single day with it. And then long story short, over the course of a couple more months later, I still had like a job, and I quit my job. I was back in March. That's when I started like the positivity movement, quit my job. Felt like such a sigh of relief. And it's like, I can go full force into it. About 2 weeks later, I officially started the agency, my social media marketing agency with my business partner. And in less than 30 days, we went from literally $0 to 10,000 within the first 30 days.
That's crazy, bro. Like the thing is, I mean, it's weird. I think a lot of entrepreneurs have a similar story, and I think that's why I reached out to you initially in the beginning. And when I did reach out to you, you were still working your job. But it's weird how you say you had that moment where it was like fight or flight for you, like you had to make it work. Like the second even you were making a tiny bit of money, there was no doubt in your mind that you were going to make it work. So you just quit your job, dropped out of college or whatever you did, and then went from there. So
yeah, well, the best part was there wasn't anything there. Like I wasn't even making money at the time, like not enough to like cover anything. Like it was maybe by then I was maybe making like, if I was a good month, maybe like $1,500 online. Other than that, it was probably about like 500 to 1,000. But then I just felt so strong, and I was like, you know what? I have to quit my job. Went from making like guaranteed like $3,000 a month to zero. Meanwhile, I was still paying off debt. So like I quit my job. I had my last paycheck to live on for like 2 weeks. And I was like, holy fuck, like I have to make this work, dove down deep. And then those 2 weeks later, the drive was there that we got the first client, And then 30 days later, scaled all the way to 10K. And you're right, it's the drive, and everyone has that.
It is, man. Every entrepreneur has that anyway.
Yeah,
People who really
not
want
everyone.
to be.
Everyone who like we talk to, who we experience, even the people watching this, I know you have the drive, and if it's not like fully there, if it's not all the way out, you can get it out. You just have to put yourself in that situation for it to happen.
Definitely, man. I think that's why, again, like I said, I relate to you a lot, because when I got my first client, I think it was for something like $500 a month. And I was still at university at the time. I was in debt, I had my job. And I thought, if I can make $500 online, like I don't care about anything else, I'm dropping out. At the time, realistically, it was probably a stupid decision, but I just knew in my gut, like I had to make this work. And if you can make $500, it's just replicating the same thing over and over again until you hit 1K, then to 2K, 5K, 10K a month. So yeah, man. And I think what led to a lot of your success is you're very sales driven. I know there's a lot of people who I speak to who reach out to me. And to be honest with you, in the very beginning, I was one of those people that would focus so much on unimportant parts of their business to feel busy. But really what they're doing is procrastinating, actually taking action on what's going to make you money, which is sales. So if you can, because I know you're a fantastic salesman, give the people watching a couple of tips on how to sell your social media marketing service, whether that's cold calls or whether that is purely in the meeting. What are some tips you can give the people?
Okay, so before you even think about selling like your social media marketing services, selling anything like that, you have to be able to sell yourself. So that's why I think everyone tries to jump into actually learning sales and being a salesperson, but you have to develop yourself first, and not like the cliche way, like, oh, start like reading books or do this, like none of that bullshit. You have to be in a position where you're so confident in yourself, you can literally walk into a room, no matter how you're dressed, nothing like that, and be like, I'm the best in the fucking world. As soon as you have that mindset, not being cocky in any way.
Of course, man. There's a difference, sir. There's a difference.
I say, if you're always allowed to be a cocky son of a bitch, as long as you have a reason for doing so.
Sure.
So you have to literally be able to walk into a room, present yourself like that. And as soon as you do, when you have the right mindset with that confidence, you can literally sell anything, whether it's hitting a girl's number, getting something for free, or asking a client for like $3,000 a month.
And that's very daunting in the beginning, isn't it? Because I remember when I was first selling my products, that's why my first client was $500 a month. Like the thought of saying like 3K a month, that wasn't happening. Like didn't believe myself. I didn't have that confidence. And I got to admit, you are the most confident person I know. Like me and, Joshua George, like me and him joke all the time. Literally, we'll go onto Instagram and we just see you walking down Toronto with like a flowery yellow shirt on, open, just speaking to people, sharing the love, and like it's such a positive, infectious thing. And I think that's why a lot of people love you. But yeah, bro, you were right about the confidence. Like you are one confident man, like legit, like.
and it's by doing that, now I'm actually able to go out there and like sell anything. It's because I built up that confidence, and because I have that, that's why I'm actually able to do that. So there's a couple, I have like it doesn't really make sense, but I call it my 5 rule of thumbs when it comes to sales. Very, very like simple, but it's a lot of like overlooked things that I don't like, because a lot of like basic sales, it's not taught by anyone. And I think it's stupid, the fact that this doesn't go out there. And now I'm not going to tell you specific scripts or anything like that. Like me as a person, I don't work like that. I'm gonna be straight to the point. I'm gonna give your audience, I'm gonna give you the real shit that matters. So the first thing is, you have to know the script, like know your script, know what you're selling, know your sales pitch, know everything like that, like the back of your hand. And the reason why you have to do that is because you can't sound like a fucking salesperson. Now, Bradley, you know those situations where you've been meetings or someone's trying to sell you and you can tell they're reading the script exactly, right?
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
And when they do something like that, you never want to buy it. So those are the 2 main points, is that you have to make sure that you know the script like the back of your hand and you're not a fucking salesperson. When you have those 2, you're able to go into a business and not be like, oh man, this guy is trying to sell me his marketing services or anything like that. You don't go in there like that. And when you mix that with being fucking confident all the time with what you're presenting, those 2 things, you're literally going to catch every business owner off guard compared to any other salesperson, because no one else does that. So the first 3 things that I went over: know the script like the back of your hand, don't be a salesperson, and be fucking confident. When you have those 3 combined, This is where you can actually go in, go for the sale, present yourself, and making sure that you confirm the close. So by confirming the close, that means if someone tells you no, you make them say yes. Sales is all about a roller coaster, all about a loop. It basically goes, you got it, you lost it. You got it, you lost it. It goes like this, and it keeps going over and over again. So you have to remember, your sales cycle is going to keep going like this. So when you're confident, you know your stuff, you keep confirming. So that'll be $2,000 per month. We'll be like, that's where the objections start coming. Well, I need to think about it. Well, of course you got to think about it. This is a huge decision. What exactly do you need to think about? That's where you go back in, you try to sell over and over again. And then the best one, which is my favorite, is you have to be a savage.
Yeah, man. You are a savage, to be fair, bro.
Yeah. Like if someone says no, call them out on their bullshit. If like, oh, I need to talk to my wife, actually call them out on the call. You'll catch them so off guard. Like, yeah, I know you have to talk to your wife, but that's not the real reason why you don't want to get this started today. The real reason you don't want to get this started today, because you do not believe in yourself, and you do not believe that if I help you grow your business, you can't deliver upon it on your side. Is that correct? You hit them with that, you go in there so strong, such a savage, they're going to sign the paper right then and there.
Yeah, man. And that's where the confidence comes in as well, isn't it? Because the thought of a lot of people when they're first starting out, having that confidence and saying it, it is scary. But I mean, you've just got to think like, what is the worst thing that can happen? Okay, let's say you don't close a deal. You'll probably never see that person again.
Yeah.
You're no worse off. So why does it matter? Just go in there. Like, there's nothing bad that can come of it. The like best case scenario, you actually close a deal for like $3,000 a month. You can quit your job, live on your own terms. So, it is huge.
Within the biggest client we closed within our the first 30 days was a 3,500 USD client, which equates to basically 4,500 Canadian.
Yeah.
And we were just savage with the close. And that was the only reason why we closed her.
Yeah, man. And
the only reason why.
And to be fair on that, I wasn't going to go into this, but on that note as well, you actually managed to, which is quite an interesting story. So Quentin's a friend of mine. So I'm pretty sure I gave you the course back, maybe a few months ago. I didn't think you jumped into it right away.
No, the only reason why I did, you told me, shout out to you, said, I can give you the course for free, no problem. You're my brother, I got you. But you said, I'm going to charge you £100 for it. So
that was it, yeah.
You charge £100. I instantly went into the course and continue what you're saying.
Yeah, Sean. Because if you have something on the line, like a monetary figure or whatever it may be, something that if you've invested that, you've got something on the line, you're much more likely to take action. And anyway, I think you were like, I think I was out with the family or something, and you kept messaging me like, look, you've got to pick up the phone. Like, you've got to answer. I was like, bro, I'm out for a meal with my family. You were like, go in the toilet and answer your phone. So I remember I waited, I came home, I answered the phone.
Dude, we got to find that screenshot.
I'll have to try and find it. My phone,
it'll be in a WhatsApp.
I'll see if I can find it and I'll put it on the screen now.
Yeah. Dude, I was like, Bradley, you have to call me right now.
And the funniest thing is you turn a client, which I think was on Upwork, looking for some Pinterest for like $200 a month or something like that.
Yeah, like 15 an hour or something like that.
Yeah, 15 an hour. And then you upsold them from purely wanting management of a Pinterest page into a 3,500 US per month client, which is what is that? 30? Is that 42K?
Just under 4,500 Canadian.
Bloody hell, bro! And it's because of sales. It's all because of sales. Like, there's no excuses.
It was those principles, and back to like those principles. Now, I'm not just saying as soon as you understand those, you can go out there and sell. You actually have to have sales skills.
Of course.
But learn your sales skills. But if you don't implement those 5 things, doesn't matter how many courses you've went through for sales, how well you know your objections. If you act like a fucking salesperson, you don't have the confidence, and you're not savage, and you give up too easily, you're not going to close a single person.
No, of course.
So when you mix those 5, like the 5 things you need with all of your sales skills, you're literally unstoppable. And even you present it in the confidence when you speak like this. Like, I'm trying to sell you guys just on those 5 things, not to sell you any of my products or anything like that. But like, I'm so confident in what I say and how I'm presenting it that I know for a fact those people watching, everyone here watching, you're going to take action on that. You're going to want to, because I'm making it a need for you to do it.
Mm-hmm. Man, that is some value right there, bro. That's the truth. But like, as I mentioned, honestly, like sales, There was a part in my business where I was doing okay. I was making a couple grand a month, but what transitioned me from a couple grand a month to six figures purely, it was all because of sales. And obviously I'm going to link all of Quenten's stuff down below. So after this interview, I highly recommend you go and check him out, because we're going to be doing an interview with me on his channel as well. The guy knows his shit. So obviously watch the rest of this video first, and then go and check him out. But one final thing, bro, before we end this video out, I just want to touch on LinkedIn, because obviously there's hundreds of different ways online to get clients, right? My focus and my approach is generally freelance websites, utilizing warm leads, not cold calling. Obviously, there's people out there who are huge on cold calling. I know you've done that yourself. You've worked with cold callers. But another avenue that people sometimes overlook is LinkedIn. Now, you've managed to land several clients on that. Can you just tell me a little, you know, sort of tell the people who are watching a bit about how you've gone about that? I know you can't go too much into detail, but just sort of touch on that.
So the way I do it, we've created a lot of programs and a lot of systems. So what I'm going to tell you here, we basically do that on like a 10x scale, because we're able to do, and a lot of it's passively, a lot of it's automatic. But the great thing about LinkedIn, it's not warm leads where like like Upwork, for example, where people are saying, hey, I need this, but it's a lot warmer than it is cold calling or cold emails. So it's a really great tool. Plus, you get to build your professional profile online as well. Just like you have it on Upwork, you can have it on LinkedIn, you can have it on your Instagram. It's a great tool to use. And the best way about doing it, a lot of people go on LinkedIn, like people ask me, they're going straight to the sales pitch. Hey, my name is Quenten. I help real estate agents make more money. I just want to have 10 minutes of your time. Someone sent me that message. I'm going to preview it and I'm going to delete the message. So imagine if you send 100 of those out a day and you get 0 responses and people wonder why. So that's where you can't be a salesperson. My approach on LinkedIn is obviously connecting with a lot of people, whether it's just a basic, hey, my name's Quenten. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just want to connect and see if I can help you out in any way possible. If you think someone's going to connect with you and at least check out your profile when you do something like that. So that's a really great intro approach. But the biggest thing with LinkedIn is the follow-up. A lot of people on LinkedIn, as soon as you send out connections, you can type in a message, but a lot of people don't actually read this. They just go in, accept the connection, and it is what it is. So by doing a basic intro like that, and then when you connect with them, make sure that you provide them value and you make them want to speak to you. The way I go about it, I'm not going to go into the exact message or anything because it'll take too long, but I go in there, I present who I am, I pique their interest enough for them to go look at my LinkedIn profile. And my LinkedIn profile is basically like a sales funnel. Yeah. It's like that well positioned. So that way when people look at it, the agent or whoever I'm contacting is like, wow, like this guy knows his stuff. I want to contact him. And I provide them value in that message. That's how I start building a communication, build a relationship with an individual on LinkedIn. And then from there, I provide value. I answer any of their questions. Bam, they ask me, when can I call you?
Sure. And to be honest with you, bro, like when you have that little bit of rapport beforehand, how much easier is the close? Like the thing is, like nobody wants to be sold. Like the truth is, people love to sell. Nobody wants to be sold. And if you come across as a salesperson in that respect, people aren't going to even give you the time of day. They probably get hundreds of messages every day. People trying to sell them. They're not interested.
That's why I provide the value. But as you're providing value, peak interest for them to check out who you are. I help people triple their income. Even if you say a message like that, they're going to be, that's bullshit, but they're at least going to check out who you are. But then as long as you're providing them value, they're going to respond back to you, even if it's just a thank you. But by saying thank you, that's your message. That's your sign. That's your permission to go in there and communicate with the business owner.
That's awesome, man. And look, we could go on all day talking about your LinkedIn stuff. And to be honest with you, bro, I think the people just need to go and check you out. Like, let's be honest. If you haven't got any value out of this, like everyone who's got here, like I'm telling you right now, the watch time is going to be good on this video because what you've just said, man, is pure value. But look, where can the people find you? What have you got going on at the minute? We'll call it a day and then people can go and check you out and binge watch all of your stuff like I do. So tell people where to find you, what you got going on.
What's the ETA on this video being launched? Couple weeks?
Probably a couple of days, to be honest. I'll post this one out.
Okay, so my YouTube has not been active in a bit, but we're going full force in about 2 weeks, like full force on YouTube, like changing up. So my channel right now, there's a lot of value on there, a lot of fun stuff, but it's basically going to be 10x all of that. So I'm coming back there, but right now, connect with me on Instagram at Quenten Chad _. All on there every single day, providing value. I hop on calls with people, but I'm on the Instagram and I'm there to help as many people as possible.
Awesome, man. And like I said before, all of Quentin's stuff's going to be linked down below. He's got a ton of awesome training program. I think you got a LinkedIn one coming out. You got some sales stuff. You got the Positivity Paradigm group coming out. This dude is just pumping out really valuable stuff. And look, I don't promote what everyone's putting out there online. This person gives a shit, basically. Quenten cares. Look, if you don't buy any of his stuff, doesn't matter. Reach out to the guy. I'm sure you'll hop on a call with him. It's just all about that positivity, bro. But look, this course.
And I'm gonna plug you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna plug you,
bro. Plug me,
Bradley. His course, that shit helped us close 3,500 USD within our first 30 days. Remember that.
Yeah,
Bradley,
thank you, bro.
Drop pure value.
I appreciate that, bro. But look, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did find some value in this. Like I said, all of Quentin's stuff will be down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Peace out.